All right, so the draft is about a week away, and there are a ton of interesting scenarios that this draft can break out for the top 5, the top 15, and also for the Cleveland Browns. And I think how everything breaks out in front of them is going to matter a ton to what the Browns do, whether they trade up, trade back, or anything. So to get ready for this, today we're going to do mock draft 2.0. It's going to be similar to how we did it last time. So who can the Browns draft? Who could be available when the Browns draft? And are there scenarios in this draft where the Browns will be willing to trade up, and how much would they have to or be willing to trade up to do so? We're going to talk about all that and more coming up. But before I do that, I want to make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you can be notified. And if you like watching my mock draft coverage, my pre-draft coverage, do not miss out on my live day 1 of the draft and day 2 of the draft watch-alongs on this channel, live streaming. Come and watch the draft with me, just like we do with the games. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're notified, get live analysis, get live breakdowns, live reactions to everything that's going on in this draft for day 1 and day 2. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell. Also, I got to give a shout out to the patreon.com dog check tier members. And as always, I start with Michael Matique, the most dangerous man in Cleveland, DJ Marino V, Cleveland Cart, Matt H, Greedy Shoulder, Gemini, Liam Freeman, Fight Dirty 74, Yo-Yo, Matt Lloyd, Paul Wilcox, Hundo, Magnifico, Rob Ferron, Kyle Stouffer, Lukey from Munich, Deveroff, J Guy 101, Musty Taco, Joe Bobby, Brad Cabo, Dylon W, James McGinty, Arinda Hall, Rex Kaufman, Chad Gimme, David Maldonado, Andrew Sadeo, Dylan Hill, Josh Bendor, Jalil Salim Jr., Martha Crustnut, Mark M, TJ Showman, Stuart Moore, Bubba Regretti, Anthony O, Cleveland BCI, Robert Jermaine Jr., Dave Mike May, John Cummings, Andrew Hirsch, Curtis Bear, Batman Rush Sharir, Barack Kumar, John Albert, Beerman 069, Masayua, Buds of Roland, James Nemo, Mac House, Reeve Hurst, Philip Wilcoxon, Marie Vivert, Keith Anderson, Sean Barron, Goggles Bizzano, Corporal Nick Lopez, Don Godzillo, Nick Nasty, Ian Williker, Colin 216, Anthony Latham, Christian, Matt Bond, Dave Strong, Michael Stone, Soul Train, Charles Work, Billy, Michael Holdenack, Moose Gentry, Austin Z, Mark Burnett II, Andre Griffin, Otis Wolf, IT Rex, Greg Ehlers, Austin Bolin, Kirkabard, Jesus Serrano, Chris Fawn, Pickdown, Browns Backers, Mark Kahn, Johan Hulf, Kevin Johnson, Max Aldojo, and Water Bear Marketing. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support on Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, wherever it is that you give it. Even if you aren't subscribed, but you just watch the video, subscribe, though, so you don't miss the live stream. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you giving me 10 to 15 minutes of your attention. Now, let's go into these mock drafts. All right, y'all, you know what time it is. It's mock draft season. We're going to do it a little bit different than I did version 1. This time, we're not going to do 1 round. We're not just going to do 2 rounds. We are going to do 3 rounds. We'll see what happens. We're going to do that for 3 rounds, and we're going to do that a couple of times. And then the last one we're going to do is where I'm controlling all the teams and give you more of a full scope of how I'm feeling about where these teams are and what they're going to take and what I think they should take. And that will be 1 round. I'm not doing that for 3 rounds because this video will be like 5 hours. All right. Now with the kind of understanding of what this is going to be out the way, let's jump into it, man. We're using the Pro Football Focus one. Hopefully this one starts out logical. Okay, Trevor Lawrence went 1. Zach Wilson 2. Trey Lance 3. Hold on. Jamar Chase 4. Kyle Pitts 5. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Okay, I'm not mad at these. But see, if I would have paused at 16, I would have been able to get my hands on Cormaya, one of my players that I want in my packet. But Greg Newsome still on the board, so I feel good about a corner here. And again, you know, backup plan once we get here is edge. And right now, don't look like any edges have been taken so far. So that's good. And again, there's a couple of edges I like now that the Browns have Clowney because now they have opportunity to kind of let these guys develop. So Kwity Paye can be on the board. Ojulari can be on the board, you know. So these things can get interesting. Let's just see how this rolls out all the way to 26, man. Oh, they took my guy. Ooh, somebody took Gregory Rousseau at 19. That's not going to be good. They took Greg. They took Greg Newsome. Oh, they're killing me. They are killing me. All right. So they took everybody I like. This is a tough one. All right. So no Jalen Phillips. They even took Xavier Collins, Greg Newsome. This is a, man, I wish I would have traded up situation. So let me go see who they got an edge left. Kwity Paye. I'm not super hot on Kwity Paye. If it was Ojulari, I would have took Ojulari without even hesitation. Cornerback, Asante Samuel's the best. Oh, Ojulari is right here. All right, so I'm going to take Ojulari. The reason I would take Ojulari over Kwity Paye is because I just think Ojulari has more potential. And at this point in the draft, the Browns will be kind of selecting for potential. Kwity Paye is somebody who's going to be good against the run day one. But the Browns really don't have a need for that as long as Jadeveon stays healthy. Now, that's a big if. But if he does stay healthy, then, you know, they'll take him. All right. Now, this is somebody I think round 2 it would make sense. In round 1, where I see some of this going down, I think it makes negative sense. But, you know, some people have mocked it that Jamin Davis is going to go number 1 or in the first round of the Cleveland Browns. No, he's not. I don't think that's right. Now, I could be wrong about that, and this video could age like milk. That is what it is. But in the second round of 59, sure, we'll take Jamin Davis. All right, 2 picks in the third round. Let's see what we get. All right, I'm going to go double DD here if I can. I'm going to take Jamar Johnson. I like his length, size. I think he's going to be a good player. I'm going to just go ahead and draft Kelvin Joseph. He's a troubled player, but he has all the traits that you need to develop somebody into a number 1 corner. While there's uncertainty with Greedy Williams, while there's uncertainty with Denzel Ward and his health, Kelvin doesn't have those questions. He's got other questions that he needs to answer. You know, he's more along the lines of like an Antonio Callaway, a troubled signing, so to speak. But he is somebody who, you know, can be a home run if you do it right. All right, we're going to do this again. We're going to change it up a little bit. Care for positional value. We're going to crank up the randomness a little bit. And then we're going to stick right here. All right, cool. Let me make sure I click the Browns. All right, we're going to jump into this, man. This time I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to try to trade up and get one of my 3 guys. Right, that's my goal. I'm going to get them. Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, that makes sense. All right, Jalen Waddle. Ooh, okay. And not that Jalen Waddle's going to be a bad player. It's just like I don't understand it at 4. Rashad Slater, or Jamar Chase, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Surtain. Okay, I like that. Micah Parsons. Okay. Okay, I don't mind that. Ain't no problem. Kwity Paye. All right, so we're in a good position here. Now, I think the best spot to trade up and the most vulnerable spot to trade up with would be with Miami because they already got their guy, right? They already got their pick at 6. So I think they're a team that might be looking for a trade back or open to a trade back. I don't think Arizona's going to be open. We'll see about the Raiders, but they got a lot of needs on their team, specifically on defense, where the Browns have needs. So I don't see them doing that. And the football team, I don't know what their priorities are, but I'm gonna try to see what happens here at 18. Right now, all 3 of my guys are on the board. So if I get 18, I know I can get one of them, which is important. All right, Ojulari went off. That's fine. He's one of my backup options. I'm fine with him going there. All right, let's get 18. We got to get 18. All right, so I want 18. You can have 26. We'll give you all this junk because I don't need any of this. All right, so what? First, second, 2/3, and a 4th. Yeah, you can even have the 5th. And then just throw me. We'll even swap 4s. And then just throw me that one. I don't even want that. So my offer here to Miami is a bunch of extra picks. And I'm trying to finesse them for an extra 3rd round pick swap to see if they would be foolish enough to take that. They have taken it. All right. We are in the dream team scenario, y'all. We got J.C. Horn on the ball. We got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. We got Greg Newsome, Jalen Phillips. Oh, yes, all the guys that I want. I'm going to go take care of a need. J.C. Horn, welcome to Cleveland, brother. Let's see who would have been available, though, at 26, the way the draft board is lining up. Because I might have been able to just stick there. See, the way this one lined up, I kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit. But I don't know. I got a pick swap in the second, and I got rid of all those extra picks, so I'm not really mad. It's not like I gave up anything else. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Take Najee Harris. All right, we're gonna jump to the second round now. All right, we are at our last few picks here. Remember, I got the pick swap, so I'm picking a little bit earlier than I normally would. I'm at the 81st pick, me and Miami pick swap. Yeah, I'm going to try to add as many athletes to this secondary as possible. So a guy like Jamar Johnson, let's do it. Let's do it, and then we're going to get to 89, and I'm pretty sure my guy's going to be there at 89, so I'm going to trade back. Nobody wants to trade back. Since nobody wants to trade back, take a flyer on Kelvin Joseph. And there it is, y'all. We're going to try to speed this one up. All right, so J.C. Horn, Jamin Davis, Jamar Johnson, Kelvin Joseph. Let me know down in the comment section if you would like this trade in this scenario if the Browns did it. Now we're going to do the full draft. Yes, the full draft. One round only, though. And we're going to go through prospect by prospect. All right. So obviously this is... All right, so Trevor Lawrence, let's not get goofy here. That's the best quarterback prospect in this year's draft. You can argue that you like Justin Fields or Zach Wilson better. I think the consensus has been Trevor Lawrence, and I think that's what's going to happen. All right, Zach Wilson probably going number 2. That's what all reports say. If Mac Jones goes number 3, there is something wrong. But I do understand. Well, no, I don't understand. And let me not put that there. I get why San Francisco wouldn't want to go Justin Fields here. Not that Justin Fields isn't probably the second best quarterback prospect, but Justin Fields, his issue, and a lot of people peg this as, he can't read the field. I don't think that's the case. He can read the field. I think he plays football like a coach's kid. I do believe he's a coach's kid. And sometimes that can be helpful. Sometimes that can't be helpful. One of the ways it's not helpful for Justin Fields is that he is sometimes trigger shy at the wrong moments, and that leads to him holding on to the ball too much. And look, in college, he can scramble. He'll get away with it. And it's not something you notice while watching the games. But when you look at the tape with Justin Fields, you notice that he does tend to kind of hesitate. He does that thing Baker was doing at the beginning of the year where he was a little gun shy to let it loose. And with Baker, it was more acceptable because we saw when it happened, right? We saw that the offensive line and everything that happened in 2019 gave him hesitancy when it comes to that. And we saw that was something that was solvable and wasn't always existent with him. With Justin Fields, it's a little bit different, right? This is something you're talking about. He's never really played behind a bad offensive line. He's not gun shy because of that. He's more or less gun shy just because that's how he plays the quarterback position. So you have this weird thing where Justin Fields is a fantastic athlete, quarterback prospect, but the way he instinctually plays the game kind of limits him in that way. So that's what I would be worried about when you talk about Justin Fields as a developmental project. Can he unlearn those habits? Can he let loose and play quarterback? Because the moments in college where he has just kind of let loose, not thought about throwing interceptions all the time, is when he's been at his best, right? Clemson last year, right? He was just kind of letting loose and just letting it rip. And if he can do that more often, he'll be a tremendous quarterback in the NFL. I just don't know if I'm going to trust that that's going to go away in the pros if I'm Kyle Shanahan, especially in the offense that kind of relies on you going off instinct a little bit, just trusting what you're seeing. And again, Justin Fields can see it. I don't think he trusts it. And that's a different thing. Now, Trey Lance, on the other hand, he does not have that hesitation when it comes to his trigger. He's just not accurate. He has a lot of footwork and just fundamental things he needs to work on. He's kind of raw like a Josh Allen in that respect. And that's why I think San Francisco might go for him, right? I think that's a good developmental fit for him. I don't think necessarily he's a better quarterback than Justin Fields or has the potential to be a better quarterback than Justin Fields. But I do think that Trey Lance does fit better with what San Francisco does more than Justin Fields, and certainly more than Mac Jones. All right, we're going to go Justin Fields 4, though.
He's not going to slide. And the Bengals are going to be up here. And look, selfishly, I want to hit Jamar Chase here just because I want the buffet to stay open for Cincinnati. But I'm going to trust they're not going to be so foolish to let that happen. So, Penei Sewell. Because that would be foolish if they have two really good tackles available to them at 5 and they decide to go wide receiver when, look, I know it's listed as a need on here. It's not a need. They have Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins. They're fine at wide receiver. But I think we're going to have a run on tackles here. Rashad Slater's going to go right after that because they need somebody to protect whatever Tua's doing that in Miami. All right, 7 makes sense for Jamar Chase to go here. 8, if Justin Fields falls to 8, I think Carolina would go Justin Fields. If Trey Lance falls to 8, I think Carolina would go Trey Lance. But if it's Mac Jones that falls to 8, I don't think Carolina is going to go Mac Jones. I think they would probably try to surround their young quarterback with as many weapons, explosiveness as possible. They'll go Jalen Waddle here. Not that I think Jalen Waddle should go over Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith. I think Devonta Smith's the best wide receiver in this class. I'm just going with what I feel like teams are going to do, and I'm mainly going off my gut here. So this is probably going to be wildly wrong. All right. Denver's on the clock here, and I know that quarterback's listed as a need, but tell me, do you really think Drew Lock's that much different of a quarterback prospect than Mac Jones? Because at least Drew Lock has arm strength. Mac Jones, he's not as good as Drew Lock when it comes to arm strength. So I think that they're going to go linebacker here, and quite honestly, the only linebacker that makes sense for here isn't Micah Parsons. It's Jeremiah Usu-Koramoah. That's the best fit for Denver. All right. The Dallas Cowboys, they're going to rush to the podium and take Kyle Pitts. That would make sense. Shout out to Vach. Vach would be very happy with that pick. So now we did the top 10. We're going to jump to the portion of the draft where the Browns are picking. We're going to go through that portion. So let's do it. So we have the 24th pick. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers on the board here at 24. And, man, they're in an interesting situation because Mac Jones, somebody we were talking about going in the top 5 for whatever reason, he's there at 24. And boy, would there be nothing that my heart would love to see more than Mac Jones get out the green room and put on one of them dirty caps. Mac Jones, welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 24. No, I did not orchestrate this whole draft just to make the Pittsburgh Steelers take Mac Jones. Don't accuse me of that. I can hear y'all already. All right, so we're here at, 25? 25. Jacksonville, they don't really have anybody, so they would take Jalen Phillips here, as much as it would hurt me. Browns here at 26, you got to take Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome has experience playing zone and man, and he does those things both very well. He's actually the best scheme fit as far as experience in college goes to what he would be running in the NFL. He has good raw talent. He's just not as talented as like a J.C. Horn or somebody like that. So that is the first round mock. We can go through it. We've seen the top 10. We did that one. Christian Darrisaw, Micah Parsons, J.C. Horn goes 13, Kwity Paye 14, Devonta Smith goes to the Patriots at 15. And look, that's a problem. That cannot happen. Devonta Smith or Justin Fields cannot fall in this draft to Bill Belichick, because while I don't think these are guys who will go anywhere and be like all-time great or anything like that, I do think if there's one person that can figure both of them out and put them in the right situation, it's Bill Belichick. And Devonta Smith, I ain't trying to see that in New England. And Justin Fields, mentored by Cam Newton, that would be a problem for a lot of people eventually. And I'm not even a big Justin Fields guy. I'm just saying, like, if you put him in the right hands, he'll probably be good. Patrick Surtain, Trevon Moehrig, Christian Barrymore goes to 18th. Rashad Bateman goes 21. Azeez Ojulari goes 23. Mac Jones, baby, A+ pick here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, goes 24. Just for you, Pittsburgh. Shout out to Ben. And Jalen Phillips goes 25. Greg Newsome, 26 to the Browns. And then this is everybody else. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a good night.